Fascinating to hear from those voters. Ed, stay with us. I want to bring back in Robert Costa and also bring in CBS's Tony Dokoupil, who is inside a caucus site in Johnston, just outside Des Moines. He's also been talking with voters. Good to see you, Tony. So what are the issues that voters are saying are most important to them?
Yeah, good evening, Nora. I'm going to keep my voice a little bit low because it is an active caucus site. They're, in fact, giving candidate speeches behind me, preparing to vote. I want to give you one note, actually, about something we're following tonight, and that's the number of Democrats who will come register as Republicans and participate in the caucus this evening. Here in Polk County at Beaver Creek Elementary School, they had so many Democrats show up. They actually ran out of the forms. At least 24 Democrats made the switch in a room of about 100 people. That is well above the rate of 10%, which is typical in an open caucus. So that could be good news. I'm getting shushed here, so I'll send it back to you in a moment. That could be good news for Nikki Haley. Back to you, Nora.
All right, Tony Dokoupil, thank you very much. Let's bring back in Ed O'Keefe. And Ed, even if Donald Trump is the projected winner, this is just the start. So what is next for Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis after tonight?
Well, let's start with the Florida governor. He's trying to head fake Donald Trump and Nikki Haley by going first tomorrow to South Carolina, planting his flag and saying, I'm going to be in this race still 6 weeks from now when the Palmetto State votes. But then he'll go on to New Hampshire, where the mix of voter is a little different and favors Haley. You saw that TV ad she's now running there, trying to attract independent voters to her side and returning to the base of her argument and her reason for running, that she is a more effective change agent than the current and former president. If she finishes better than expected here in Iowa tonight, expect her to surge, especially now that New Jersey Governor Chris Christie is also out of the race.
Much more campaigning ahead, Ed O'Keefe. Thank you. Robert Costa also there in Iowa. And I was struck by the fact that the CBS News polls have shown that former President Trump's base essentially and his support from likely Republican primary voters is just growing. It's near 70%. What does that say about the Republican Party heading into a national election and the embrace of Donald Trump despite these legal troubles?
General election matchups. I know we're a long way.
And it's despite January 6th and Trump's role in trying to overturn the 2020 election. CBS News polling is so revealing of this moment in the Republican Party. Despite all of those legal challenges, despite January 6th and his push on Vice President Pence and so many others at the time, Republicans are ready for a Trump revival. His support is growing in Iowa and across the country. That doesn't mean that Ambassador Haley and Governor DeSantis can't catch up at some point. But the Trump vote is still there, and they want to see him back in the White House, to see their group back in power.
Robert Costa, Tony Dokoupil, Ed O'Keefe, thank you all from Iowa. And we will have continuing coverage of the Iowa caucuses tonight on CBS News Streaming and CBSNews.com.